So since we're at Comic-Con,
Yeah.
who's your favorite comic book hero?
Do you know, as a kid, I loved Iron Man. You know, in France, we would call it Iron Man. But I loved, when I was a kid, I loved Spider-Man. I loved Iron Man. I loved Daredevil, which we call Daredevil in French, with a French accent.
You know they're making that
In a series, yeah.
Maybe we'll see you pop up in
You
there
never know,
somewhere.
I pop up on every other TV series in the galaxy, so.
So you've got the originals and the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, well, I did the Vampires, and I'm truly on the originals now. I'm going to be pretty busy on the originals.
That's great. So
this season. Yeah. We already shot 3 episodes of the second season, before the buy.
Okay.
And so I think I'm going to be pretty busy with that. Hopefully, and some other things that are cooking up in the future. So
Can you tell us a little bit about?
There are some things coming up. Apart from Walk Among the Tombstones, which I think is a really wonderful movie that comes out September 19th. The season 2 of the originals is October 6th or 9th. The DVD release of this horror movie that I did called W-E-R. Is coming out, and I really like the movie. It's a sort of different, very, very realistic take on werewolves, on a werewolf story. Mm-hmm. It was shot in Romania, but it's supposed to be France. I have that, and a few other things that I can't talk about. So things are pretty busy. And there's also a film that I did around Christmas that I'm very, very proud of, called Phantom Halo. Even though the title sounds like it's sci-fi, it's not. It's a very realistic story about a father and his 2 sons, and how they sort of struggle with life. With Thomas Sangster, who was going to be in Maze Runner, and was in Game of Thrones and Love Actually, and is Phineas and Ferb. The young actor who's wonderful, and this other actor called Luke Kleintank, who's a wonderful young actor who was in Pretty Little Liars recently, and a couple of movies that are coming out. Rebecca Romaine's in it. Tobin Bell is in it, who's wonderful. But it's actually not a horror film at all. It's or sci-fi. It's a wonderful, wonderful story directed by Antonio Bogdanovich, who is Peter Bogdanovich's daughter. He's produced, and it's a film I absolutely adore. So I have quite a lot coming up. Yeah, I'm very excited.
When is that one?
That one we don't know. We're just finishing cutting it. They're sending it to the. They're doing the festival circuit. Yeah.
Okay. So you've worked in a lot of different genres.
Yes.
Is there any one that you prefer?
No, not really. As long as the script is good. For me, the genre I prefer is quality of writing. That's the most important thing to me. This last film I did, Phantom Halo, is phenomenal writing, and I'm reading something at the moment that I might be doing actually. There will be in a sort of different genre. That's a phenomenal script by an amazing director. So I'm excited about that. We'll see what happens with that.
All right. So just real quick about the CW. You've been on a few different shows.
Yeah, a few shows.
I don't know if you're familiar with any of the new shows coming up. Is there another show that you wouldn't mind?
Yeah, there's iZombie, The Flash, of course, which is, I think they're going to do a lot of crossovers from Arrow. I haven't been on Arrow yet, but I think it might be a conflict of interest with the originals, being so heavily on the originals, but we'll see. I'm always up for, anything that comes my way that's interesting, very much so. Maybe Jane the Virgin, who knows? Maybe I'll be on Jane the Virgin as an older person.